Holen wir ihn auf die Bühne, den 49-jährigen Schotten. Er war heuer bereits im Semifinale beim Masters und im Vorjahr im Finale beim World Grand Prix und in der Champions League of Darts. Hier ist in Bremstetten die Nummer 5 der Welt, Snakebite, Peter Wright! Er bekommt's zu tun mit einem Mann, der bisher hier in Graz aber sowas von gar nichts anbrennen hat lassen. 30 Jahre aus den Niederlanden. Er ist unter anderem dreifacher Weltmeister, dreifacher Champions League-Sieger, dreifacher Sieger des World Series of Darts Finals. Hier ist in Graz die Nummer 1 der Welt, Mighty Mike, Michael van Gerwen! Der Caller dieser ersten Viertelfinalpartie ist Hugh Ware.
One more session to come at the Austrian Darts Open as 8 of the world's top players battle it out for the title and £25,000 here at the Steiermark Halle in Graz. Peter Snakebite Wright lapping up the adulation of the crowd. And with no Mensur Suljovic, the Austrian number 1 in the tournament anymore, it may well be Snakebite, whom these guys are wanting to go on and claim the title. However, his opponent in the opening quarter-final of the night is the man to beat. Mighty Michael van Gerwen, the world number 1, goes head-to-head with the world number 5 in our opening game. 4 quarter-finals for you tonight, followed by the semis and then the final. Every single player you'll see tonight knows what it takes to win PDC ranking titles and indeed have won European Tour events before. I'm not sure we've seen that in a quarter-final lineup on the Euro Tour, and this is the 70th European Tour event that we have had. Michael van Gerwen has won more than 30 of these, 31 out of 62 entered. He's looking to make it 32 out of 63.
Michael to throw first, game on.
And Paul Nicholson joins me, Dan Dawson, in the commentary box. This is your opener, Mighty Mike and Snakebite.
Well, Snakebite really does have a tactic here, doesn't he? And that is to try and get the crowd as loud as possible from the first dart. He's been lapping up their support since he graced the stage. He's going to need all the help he can get, because if you go on stats, there's only one winner.
Well, yes, Michael van Gerwen has only dropped one leg. He averaged 106 in whitewashing Steve Lennon. He averaged just over 100 in a 6-1 win over Stephen Bunting. And
100.
it has happened before one of his many European Tour wins was the German Darts Championship last year, where he went all the way to the final, having only dropped one leg. Now, in that final, he won it. It was 8-6 against James Wilson. But that is the sort of dominance that Michael van Gerwen is capable of producing. And Peter Wright, it's obvious that he's not been in the best form, but at the same time, I just can't write him off because of who he is, because of what he's done in the past. And also, even though he's had some real struggles, particularly in the Premier League, there are little signs that he could do something unreal. He whitewashed Gary Anderson midweek with 114 average. That's the highest average you've seen this year in PDC darts.
He's definitely trending in the right direction for me. I think in the last 10 days, he started to figure some stuff out. He hasn't changed the barrel. Changed the colour of the stem a couple of times, but hasn't changed the mechanics of what he's using. Double 12 for Van Gerwen. Double sixes inside. Now, it's likely that Peter's not going to take this 1-for-1, but it may take one spark of brilliance to just fire him up to that kind of level that you just mentioned, Dan.
Yeah, and if Van Gerwen is going to be on a double, Peter Wright, you'd like to see him on double 3 because they can be awkward. There's always a chance of somebody stuck on double 3 or in the madhouse.
It's double 3 that helped and hindered Peter Wright earlier on in his match against Titus Karnik, and it's not hindering MVG here. Straightforward, not even contemplating 2 for double 2. Really well done.
Yeah, it was a strange old game against Titus Karnik. He won it 6-5. He's won 6-5 in both his games this weekend, Peter Wright. It was a bit of a laboured display against Chris Dobie, but Titus Karnik, I mean, Peter Wright ended up averaging almost 98, but missed 3/4 of his darts at double. The scoring was good.
I think at this point in his season, he's just got to stick with the positives. He's looking for a catalyst maybe to give him some sort of consistency, but we know that the ability is there.
135.
We could see that second dart move. It's evidently caught a little bit of the flight there and just deflected out of the treble 20. Now, Peter Wright 2 years ago, I've said many times, I think there was a spell he was the best player in the world. Last year was not as good, and yet he still had an incredible series of battles with MVG, where they played 10 times and he won 4, and he could have won more, including the Grand Prix final, but he's not going to win this leg because MVG's just piled in a 170 to leave himself double 8 for a 10-darter.
58, Michael, you require 16.
2 4s.
14.
Well, on double 1 after 12. Don't see that very often, do you?
Well, he is a man, Michael van Gerwen. I've seen him take out a 10-darter on double 1, but this would be a 13-darter. And again, Peter Wright is in a position where if he's going to be left on any double, this one will be a good one.
1 up, 1 in. First rule of the madhouse, executed perfectly for a somewhat mundane 14-dart leg and a 2-0 lead.
Peter Wright utilising the dead cat shot there, whacking in the 180, which is not the correct way, if you like, of setting up from there, but at least it gets the crowd involved and might distract your opponent.
That is now the technical term.
Yeah.
We have had the meeting about it. The dead cat shot is an official thing. So if you hit a 180 and leaving double 11 when you should really be going for the bull or treble 14, or if you inexplicably hit the wrong shot but in a way to try and distract your opponent, it's now called the dead cat shot, and all of the credit goes to Dan Dawson for making up that phrase.
Not sure he's going to catch on, but hey, look, I'm just going to keep saying it. Speaking of cats, I hope that's not dead. Oh, God.
59.
It's alive. It's got a very good view. Peter Wright needs to get this leg. You can't let MVG get a 3-leg lead on you. just climbing up a mountain with tennis rackets on your feet. And there's no snow.
$123.
And VG leaves himself on a checkout. Peter Wright's setup shot is going to have to be good.
Needs 2 trebles. He's going to be stubborn on the 60. Well done.
83. Michael, you
It's
require
not as good as it
160.
needed to be. He's got a chance. But MVG's got a chance. And it doesn't take much.
140.
My word.
Pete, you require
He
123.
makes those opportunities look so easy.
And it makes you nervous. It must make you nervous. Can't be done.
When he's on something like 160 or
83.
something like
Michael, you require
146 when he goes
20.
19s first, you just get a feeling he's going to have a crack at the double. Double 5 now. Ooh, and Peter Wright has got a sniff
score.
from nowhere.
Pete, you require
Well,
40.
Michael van Gerwen, he's not making it easy for himself at the end of legs, is he? And for the first time, Peter Wright is there to take advantage when he misses.
You got to hit it.
35. Michael, you require 20.
You can feel that exhalation from the 2,000 strong crowd.
Game shot in the third leg. Michael van Gerwen.
He does a little clap there, very similar to what the chicken hats are doing.
Game on.
I wonder if he's got a chicken hat at home. I've surveyed his social media. I don't think he's got a chicken hat.
I can give you
57.
no... There we go. That's what he's doing. Just in case you're wondering if Paul, the Asset Nicholson, former Players Champion, is just having some sort of a breakdown. Why is he talking chicken hats? What's he on about? Those there. There we go.
There's going to be people.
I mean, they're very happy with their headwear.
Do you realise what people on PDC TV at home are doing now? They are probably going to another piece of
97.
technology, going to an online retailer and finding chicken hats.
Well, look, maybe. If there's any
140.
garment that can make me as happy as those guys there, then I'll buy 2.
Well, seeing as you guys are online, could you find me a confidence bag as well while you're at it?
That's, yeah, again, that's another one that may have raised a few eyebrows this
24.
afternoon. There may be more, but Peter Wright is going to have to raise, it's not eyebrows, it's his average that he's going to have to raise here, and he's going to have to raise it drastically because
84.
Michael van Gerwen is just cruising at the minute with a 91 average. What is going on?
Yeah, it's all a bit strange, and that kind of performance from Michael would have seen him get drubbed
100.
6-0 about 2 years ago, and it was 2 years ago in Sindelfingen where Peter did that to Michael in what is probably one of the most shocking results we've ever seen on the European Tour.
133.
Well, it's just so strange of Peter Wright. It's been the inconsistency that's hurt him over the last 18 months or so. But
137.
it's
Michael,
just
you
so
require
weird how he
100.
oscillates so wildly between world class and really average. Van Gerwen is not going to take the 100, and
60.
Peter Wright,
Pete, you
I mean,
require
he should get at
86.
least a dart at the ball. Peter Wright on good form, he's looking at this straight in the 54 for 2 at double 16, and it goes. But I don't even have full confidence that he's going to get a dart for the leg here.
Safety first.
Oh, hello, double-double. Gave himself a chance of it. It's paid off.
Boy, that's brash.
Game
Oh, now then.
Bit like Michael
Is
to
that the
Game
catalyst?
on.
I didn't see that coming. But maybe sometimes you just got to draw a line in the sand and say, "Do you know what? Let's play, shall we? Let's play." And that was playful.
Well, with that shot, you always stick it. You can stick it up by the double and give yourself a chance as long as you don't throw it out the board. And maybe
140.
that is a catalyst for Peter Wright to mount some kind of a challenge. His battle with Van Gerwen last year, when he was inconsistent, saw him beat him in a number of events. And play really, really well to do so. He was talking at the Champions League of Darts, I've got the formula. I've got the secret formula that you need to beat MVG.
100.
Well, he hasn't had it this year because they played in the Premier League and he got done 7-1 by him. This is only the second time they've met this year.
100.
But he beat him in the Champions League. He beat him in the World Series event in Australia. He went on to win it. Beat him in the Premier League twice, including once in Rotterdam, which hurt MVG.
100.
And that was his last title, wasn't it? Back in Melbourne.
Yes. I think he won a Players' Championship after that.
90.
But yeah, he only picked up a couple of
PT
titles last year.
121.
This is a little bit better from Peter. Straight, no mistakes really. But 96 now after 10. Leaves himself double 18. He knows where this is.
Good shot from
Things
Peter
might
Wright.
be changing in this game. Peter Wright was genuinely looking like a man who could have been whitewashed by Van Gerwen in this quarter-final, and now he is throwing to level the match.
He's been simmering away like a fizzy drink, waiting for something to happen. But then over the last two legs, someone dropped a Mentos in him. He's exploded over the last two legs.
59.
Starting to worry Van Gerwen a little bit. It's on throw. If you'd offered that to him 2 legs ago, he would have snatched your arm off.
And there we go, by far the best leg of the match. Well, look, it is the best leg of the match, but then again, Van Gerwen had left himself on a potential 10-darter in the second leg before it all got a bit scrappy, and the first leg got a bit messy at the end as well. But that's the thing, sometimes with Van Gerwen, you feel that if he's winning easily, if he's complacent, and you can all of a sudden move through some gears, maybe that's you can catch him cold.
Catch him off guard.
But there's no proven tactic of beating Van Gerwen. For all Peter Wright's talk of a formula to beating him, you go and average 115 and hope for the best. That's the best formula. Even then, it might not be enough.
He has been beaten at this stage before in the Austrian Darts Open MVG. He was done by Kyle Anderson in Vienna 3 years ago, where Kyle Anderson couldn't miss a bullseye. It was one of those performances that you will never forget.
It really did look like the likely winner that weekend, Kyle Anderson.
96.
That was the last time Phil Taylor won a European tour.
It was his 4th and final European Tour title, barring something bizarre, and he comes back out of retirement, which I don't think is going to happen. Well, there's no need for that.
There isn't, and it's the second time he's done it this weekend. He went double-double yesterday against Dobie, and it was unnecessary. Oh, and MVG's had one fall off the board.
PT requires 60.
Well, the equation's more simple this time. Single for double. For level game.
That looks good.
40.
But he should have had
Michael, you
another
require
dart for the leg,
136.
and he could be punished. The one thing that you would say is that last time out on the Euro Tour, where Van Gerwen was under pressure in a couple of games and survived match darts,
Good from the 6th leg. Peter Wright. 7th leg.
Nathan
Michael
Aspinall
Fernandez.
and Dave Chisnell both missed darts against him. Nathan, look, he's still establishing himself in the elite of darts. He's beaten MVG before, and he's beaten him quite recently, but it's not a regular occurrence by any means, and he hadn't done it on a big stage. And Dave Chisnell has got a horrendous record against Michael Van Gerwen. The one thing you would say for Peter Wright is that if he does get to a point where he's got match darts, you don't think he's going to be feeling the pressure as much as those two guys. He knows what it takes to beat MVG in big games. He's done it before on numerous occasions.
96.
My main concern for Peter Wright is I'm not sure if he can get to that point in this game, but I was thinking it was going to be a 6-0 steamrolling about 8 minutes ago.
It's almost mirroring a game
60.
that MVG had with Ted Everts a fortnight ago, where it was all a bit fine, and then all of a sudden Everts just started
93.
getting himself back into the match, and it got 5-5, and then MVG went out in 12 in the last leg. Maybe he's just waiting for that opportunity he's going to stumble along and then bang.
Yeah, well, even when he is pootling along,
57.
I mean, it's not even his C game, is it? This is below 90, this average. When he's doing this MVG, you know that at any moment he could just go 11 darter, thank you very much, bye.
Pretty much like what Rob Cross did on Thursday night.
Yep.
Which was borderline crazy, doing 33 darts for 3 legs.
Yes, but Rob Cross is not here fighting it out for the title because he was beaten by Steve Beaton, who averaged more than 100 again.
95. Michael, you require 97.
This to stop the rot. Double 12.
73.
Notice how Michael van Gerwen didn't go double-double there.
Yes.
When Peter Wright wasn't on a finish, because that was the right thing to do. And
look,
consequently, he's got 3 darts at double 12.
And look, we have seen MVG at times pull out some exhibition shots. But you know when he does it?
99.
When he is cruising. He doesn't do it in tightly contested games.
Inch on the
The time and a place for things, and the little flick of the eyebrows tells you, okay,
game on.
let's get back on it.
The quality of the field that we've got this evening is such that anybody can rattle off 3 legs in 35 darts, and that could be enough to win a game. If you are putting yourself in a position to dart for the line,
100.
all of these guys are capable of doing that. Peter Wright has done the first job in that he's made this game close at least.
It's funny how you look at this fixture and it's still a fantastic rivalry and a great fixture to watch. But it's not the main event tonight because it's Gezi versus Wade 2 in the week. I wonder what's going to happen in that game.
Well,
that is game number 3 this evening.
Interestingly enough as well, I know Peter Wright does not have anything to play for in the Premier League apart from money now. He's not going to make the O2.
98.
But these two play again on Thursday night in Sheffield. And Michael van Gerwen has something to play for because he does not want to be anywhere other than top spot in the league. And all he can do is win his last 2 games and hope that Rob Cross slips up somewhere.
Yeah, it's out of his hands now, isn't it? It's a pretty elite group of people who have topped the league. All 2 of them.
44.
Yes, exactly,
Michael, you
in its
require
entire history.
164.
That one's way off. Good inch high. But he does lay up well.
104. Peter,
Now,
you require 124.
if Wrighty can hit this on the bull, or potentially on double 11, listen to the crowd. Oh, no way. Slightly pulled, and as a result, Van Gerwen can be 5-3 up. Needs to move. Now it's a guide, straight down. But didn't even need it. Great dart.
9th leg, Michael to Lopez. Game on.
Well, Michael van Gerwen is more experienced than anybody in the world on how to deal with these final days on the European Tour, and often you see him turn up in these final sessions, blitz people, and you think, oh well, he knows how to deal with it. He's well versed in being able to plan his day accordingly and knows how to perform. He's not performed at all in this quarter-final, and he's still set to win it. Look at that. 97 first 9 average, 89 average overall.
60.
And it just doesn't make sense, and yet he still wins.
I genuinely can't remember the last time he averaged under 90.
Well, he may not, of course. He may just go 180, 180, double 9.
Pretty good way to go.
Well, you wouldn't put it past him, would you?
It's probably what Whitlock would do.
Yes.
He loves leaving double 9. But he ain't here, and he ain't going to be there next week either.
60.
MVG will be in Sindelfingen, as will Wrighty. Peter Wright has won 3 legs on the bounce in this match.
And he's
But
not even
why?
thinking. I mean, 96 to leave 165. He had 98 to leave 168 in the previous leg. I mean, it's just silly.
87.
We know that MVG is not on a finish now, but what's to say that he wasn't going to be on a finish? He could have hit a max to put himself in that spot, and that's just a mental error from Peter. He doesn't usually make those.
Well,
121.
at times he's thrown like he's using somebody else's arm, and at times he's thrown like he's using somebody else's brain.
101. P2 required.
That's using your
44.
brain, leaving a 1 treble combo in case Peter doesn't take the 44. But he has.
From the 9th leg.
1 down, 2 to go. MVG has the darts
10th leg,
in the
P2
very
to
last leg.
the fifth. Game on.
The assault is on.
Peter Wright knows Michael Van Gerwen is there for the taking. But has he got it in him to do it? I genuinely don't know. It has been a bizarre game because, as I say, Titus Karnik this afternoon, Peter Wright was scoring magnificently. It's just his finishing that let him down, but he still walked away with a 98 average. Michael Van Gerwen is averaging 103 for the tournament coming into this, and he's 15 points below that in this one. Has he just thought he can turn up and pick up the title tonight? That's all he needs to do.
140.
Maybe. He's done it before.
Can't possibly think that when you look at who's left.
Well, you wouldn't have thought so.
134.
That's better. This is a quality leg. Wright still has the darts. Great first one. Needs another, I feel.
100.
That's fine for now.
Well, the 1-2-1 is something he's already taken out.
60.
That does get Van Gerwen to a finish, but
121.
does Peter start on the bull again, or does he go on the treble 20? Now
Correct.
treble 17 and bull.
Correct decision.
Peter Wright with a 12-darter. We are going the distance. Michael Van Gerwen has won 23 last leg deciders in a row. But I don't think he'll have gone into any of them, averaging 89 in that match.
57.
Starting with a 57 is not the plan. And that'll be music to the ears of Peter Wright. Is he going to win this game with a 3-leg burst in the middle and a 3-leg burst at the end? He started very well, and MVG can't find a treble until now. Great answer from MVG. Finds 2 bits of green just when he needed them. Was that treble 20 was out of his sights in the first 6 darts.
Oh my, just the 50. They are pretty much level pegging, but a ton 40 gets Van Gerwen to a finish. Oh, he moves down. Well,
96.
why?
140 leaves 170. 134 does not leave you a finish. I think maybe he just felt more comfortable that he was going to get a treble 19 or 2 of them. Peter Wright.
Well, he needed the lot.
83.
Didn't need that.
Well,
Still sort of level.
Yeah, it's still level, and Van Gerwen is hitting fewer than 1 in 3 of his darts at double.
Treble 19 is getting him out of jail here.
134.
Wow. 5 of them in this leg have got him out of jail. But he's just got to lock the door behind him.
Leave yourself a finish, Peter.
94.
He does that.
That's all right, but it's still a tricky one, 134, and MVG might shut the door right now.
Match dart incoming.
60.
And match dart missed by Michael Van Gerwen. This would eclipse the brace of 1-2-1 checkouts that Peter Wright has hit in this game. When Kyle Anderson knocked Michael Van Gerwen out of this tournament a few years back, it was lots of bullseye finishes. It might be ton plus ones for Peter Wright if he's going to do it. But he isn't. Not now.
Well, maybe he should have gone 54 first.
75.
Maybe he should have gone for 6 17s. MVG, 3 darts in hand, double 10 for another last leg deciding win. And it is! The streak gets bigger! Wow!
6-5 MVG, the 24th time in a row that he's won a last leg decider. And if you can't beat the world number one when he's averaging 90, when can you beat him? Who can beat him? I'm not even sure.
Was für ein Krimi zum Auftakt in die Viertelfinalsession. Wir bedanken uns mal bei Peter Wright. Und wir heißen herzlich willkommen im Halbfinale. Der erste Halbfinalist steht fest. Just a few seconds. Danke, Peter Wright. Und das ist der erste Halbfinalist und der heißt Michael van Gerwen. Congrats, Michael. It was quite thrilling. I think that was hard work, wasn't it?
Dit was absolutely scheiße.
Ich glaube, wir müssen jetzt nicht übersetzen, was er gemeint hat. What was the problem?
We both didn't play good. Both of us were playing not crap. To be fair, we have to play. I have to play better in the next round. But Peter was even worse than me, so this is a good thing for me. I'm lucky I won. But I still think it was a good game for the crowd to watch because it was tight. But if you can make it quick, I need really a pee.
Also, er meint, der weniger Schlechte ist jetzt aufgestiegen ins Halbfinale. Louis O'Gurney, who do you prefer in the semifinal?
I don't care. The only thing I know, I need a toilet now.
So, egal wer kommt. Thank you, Michael van Gerwen. Er hat einen wichtigen Weg vor sich. Da wollen wir ihm nicht weiter aufhalten. Es geht in Kürze gleich weiter mit der zweiten Viertelfinalpartie. Bis dahin.